What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight I've got a little different video for you. Okay, as the title says, it's okay to sell your guns. Okay, I'm going to go over that here in a minute about why I think, don't be afraid about, regretting your decision. Now, before we get into that part of it, let me preface this video by, if you don't watch the rest of this video, if you just looked at the title, please watch this part of the video. Do not sell your family heirloom guns or any guns that are extremely sentimental to you, okay? So, my dad bought me this Stoeger coach gun when I was in high school. It's a Stoeger. It's not worth a ton of money. It's a coach gun. I actually love pheasant hunting with this little guy, believe it or not. I love this gun, okay? I wouldn't sell it for, a lot of money. Don't sell it. Okay, it's not worth it. Okay, here's another gun that I would never sell. Great Grandpa's 16 gauge. Okay, it's an old Ward's Western Field. It's just basically your typical Sears shotgun from back in the day, essentially. Okay, he used it to probably shoot groundhogs and put meat on the table. Okay, it's old, it's beat up, but I wouldn't sell it for the world, guys. Okay. Another gun I would not sell. This beauty. My Smith & Wesson Model 19-2. Got this again when I was back in high school. Okay. First one I put my own money towards. And it's beautiful, guys. Okay. This particular gun, I think it was made in 1968. I emailed Smith & Wesson and they told me. So, I would absolutely never sell this gun, okay? It means too much to me. It's the last handgun I would ever sell. Is it the most practical gun I have? No, not necessarily, but I would never sell that gun, okay? Now, if you're going to lose your house or something, okay, maybe sell your heirloom guns. I don't know, but essentially, there's no other reason I'd sell them. Okay, this one's kind of cheesy. It's a Glock 19, Don't Tread on Me, you see there, special edition. I think there was 1 in 500 or 1,000 made. It's the Gadsden Flag edition. It has the rattlesnake on there. I'm a history teacher, so I bought this when I graduated college as a history education major. I thought it was cool at the time because it had to do with like the American Revolution. And I wanted a Glock 19, but I thought that this was also kind of a cool way to get one. And I still like it, okay? This is a gun I would probably regret if I sold because they don't really make them anymore. And then finally, the absolute last gun I think I might ever sell is this old Savage Super Sporter 30-06 that was my great-granddad's, okay? Story goes that this is the gun he would use on New Year's Eve every year. He would shoot this gun out the window and scare the crap out of everybody when the ball dropped. Well, I guess that was probably before they had the ball drop. But you know what I'm saying on the countdown. So this gun has a lot of sentimental value to me. It's missing the butt plate. Okay, couldn't find the butt plate and the stock was broken whenever I got this gun sometime in high school to use for deer season. I shot a couple deer with this. As you can see, it's beat up. The stock was cracked. This piece here was actually completely gone off of it. My dad and I had to put it back on there. We used wood screws, and we actually used golf tees with some wood glue and stuff to reinforce it, which, we ran a golf course, so that was a very cool story. It's got a cross in there, or I don't know if that's supposed to be a cross or a T for Thompson. Either way, that gun is not going anywhere, okay, guys? So, I know I just spent the first, 2.5 minutes of this video completely contradicting my title, but if you have guns like that, guys, that are heirlooms or that are more valuable to you than money, absolutely do not sell those guns, but that's not what we're talking about in this video, okay? What I'm talking about in this video is if you have guns that maybe are in your everyday carry rotation, or you have guns that you put together over the years that maybe you just don't use anymore, or maybe you just want to go in a different route. Sorry guys, I forgot to add this in, but when you're selling your guns, okay, if you sell your guns, I personally try to sell them privately. You know, private sale, you'll get more money out of them, okay? Or trade for them for other guns that way. Or if you go to a gun shop, I found a gun shop that gave me good money for my guns. But if the gun shop is only going to give you like a dirt cheap, you know, price, like say you've got a Glock 19 and they're only going to give you like 150 bucks for it, or I had somebody offer me, I think, 200 on my Glock 43X. Forget it, okay? You can't buy a good gun for that much money, so don't sell it for dirt cheap, okay? So I wanted to add that in there. Sorry for the crappy film work and editing, but I just had to add that part in there. Don't sell your guns for dirt cheap. Only do it if it's a good deal. That should kind of go unsaid. For example, these 4 guns that you see right here, I acquired all 4 of these guns within the last, oh, I don't know, probably actually the last year or so, okay? And I didn't buy any of them, okay? I guess I did, but I used it with money from other guns that I sold, okay? This Colt 6920, this is honestly probably the worst deal that I made, okay? And I don't regret it, though, is what I'm trying to get to. I don't regret trading this Colt 6920 for my Zastava ZPAP M70 AK. The AK didn't fit in my system. It didn't fit with all my other weapons, and it was just kind of the oddball out, and the ammo was getting to be too expensive to be worth using it over an AR-15, so I wanted a good AR-15, so I traded a guy for this Colt, and, you know, essentially I ended up getting some other stuff in the trade. I didn't do too bad, but, you know, I don't regret getting rid of the AK, okay? Because that, you know, of all of the guns that I would maybe regret, that would be the one, because it was probably the one that I may not get another one of, okay? But not a big deal, okay? Guys, and that's kind of what I'm saying here is everybody's going to say, don't sell your guns, you're going to regret it, you're never going to get it, okay? That's true for some. Like I said, for heirloom guns and stuff, that's totally true. You don't want to sell those, okay? But I think when you're talking about like a Glock, okay? What I did to get this, I got this used Glock 45 for $400. I sold my Henry single shot shotgun, okay? That I bought just kind of on an impulse buy a few years ago. Guys, I hardly ever used that shotgun. It wasn't very practical for me. If I really want another one, I'll go buy another one. But okay, so these 2 guns here, these are now my everyday carry guns. This Glock 29 10mm and the Ruger LCP Max. Okay, I love the Glock 29. I like the extra stopping power of the 10mm, and this thing is actually super compact, and I can carry it pretty darn easily under any kind of t-shirt or anything. And then the LCP Max is phenomenal for as small as it is, to be able to just carry that in any kind of outfit whatsoever. Okay, now how did I get these 2 guns? Well, the picture that you guys see in the thumbnail of the 2 Glock 43Xs, I sold those 2 guns, those 2 43Xs, along with all of the magazines, and you might see some accessories in that picture. I sold all of that to a guy for right around $900, okay? And, you know, I probably lost a little bit on that deal because of the amount of magazines and the amount of holsters I had for those guns and the light. But I don't regret it because, you know, guys, when you go and you try out guns and you buy stuff and you're tinkering around, you're going to lose money at some point, okay? That's all there is to it. It doesn't matter. You're gonna waste some money here and there. And so I might have lost 100 or 200 bucks on that deal. But what I did is I sold those 2 Glock 43Xs, and I was able to buy a brand new Glock 29 in 10mm, which made sense because I already have a Glock 20 in 10mm, so there's more magazine compatibility. And I was able to buy a Ruger LCP Max, which my wife already had one of these, so there's again magazine capability or compatibility. and I was able to streamline things a little bit. And so I do not regret selling those Glock 43Xs at all. And the biggest reason for that is I know I can go to any gun store in America tomorrow and buy a new one. And it's going to be pretty much just the same as the other ones. Okay? I have no emotional attachment to this Glock or this Glock or this Ruger LCP Max or really this Colt or any of my PSA Freedom rifles or anything like that. Okay? Those are all practical guns to me that I just use them all the time. And those Glock 43Xs, they were practical too. I carried them a lot. However, I ended up finding that I just wanted something a little bit shorter. And believe it or not, the 10 millimeter is, to me, easier to conceal carry than those 43Xs because of the grip length. Okay? So I guess essentially what I'm saying here is if you're on the fence of whether or not you want to sell a gun or multiple guns in order to buy another one, think about, first of all, does that gun have any sentimental value to me? Okay? And if it does, then you probably want to err on the safe side and say, no, I'd rather not give it up. Okay? And then second of all, how practical is that gun too? Right? Like, for this one, it's kind of a combination for me. Like I said, I may not like it that much right now, but maybe my son will like it someday. Okay? Or maybe I'll like it in the future. But the idea is like, hey, it's a Glock 19, right? It's a custom edition and everything, sure. But at the end of the day, it's a Glock 19. In my opinion, for me personally, I have to have a Glock 19. Okay? It's easy to carry. It's like the most versatile handgun in the world. It's the most popular handgun in the world. I have to have a Glock 19 in my arsenal, personally. And so I'm not going to sell that one because it's just not worth selling to me. I can use it too much, and it's got a little bit of sentimental value. If the day ever comes, guys, that I want to try out a different gun and, get rid of the 45, I might do that, okay? Same with the 10 millimeter. Probably less so much this one because I really like this gun. But maybe, you never know. So, again, if you're on the fence, think about it, okay? But ultimately, it's your decision. I'm just a random guy on the internet, and, you do your thing. I wouldn't sell your family heirloom. All right? All right, guys, thanks. As always, like and subscribe, and keep blasting.